show a screenshot of your PR and just see what consensus is so you can move on real quick?
Uh, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, okay. The snapshot is still here. Maybe you could, yeah, you could present.
Okay, can you send me the
Yeah.
okay.
After last discussion, and we add the drop down, which is, as you can see, this first general and inbound panels core reporter. But like we want to discuss about the name of this one, this drop down. Same thing for another. This is ISO workload dashboard. Same thing for the ISO service dashboard, I think.
Yeah, so the question is, what should we call this? Does this make sense to people? Or should we call this just reporter, proxy, metrics perspective? Are there any good or better name ideas? Jay, do you have any insight from Kiali about toggling between client and server side metrics? What resonates?
Sorry, I just actually sat down and tuned in and heard my name. So I'm sorry. So you're asking about client versus source versus destination reporting?
Yeah, this drop down that Carolyn has added. She's looking for feedback on what a good name or way of presenting this is. It'll make sense to users. So yeah. Is reporter. Does that mean something?
I think the current terminology is about as meaningful as it's going to be. I mean, reporter equal destination and reporter equal source. I mean, is about as clear as anything else. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else have any thoughts there, or should we just go with reporter? Okay, Carolyn, my suggestion would just be to get rid of the prefix and just go with reporter and have that there.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think Nooper has joined. John, is there more that you want to say about?
No, I don't have that much to say. I just noticed that we were talking about it a lot, and that we could probably use some discussion. But I certainly cannot lead that discussion.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been intimately involved in that either, so I don't feel comfortable leading it. I'm certainly not up to date on the multiple design docs. Does anyone have anything else they want to discuss before we just review the work items for 1.9 that we'll be presenting at the TOC on Friday? There's not much agenda here, I think, because last week was short with the holiday. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just quickly open this up just so we can all take a real quick look. I haven't transferred any of this over to the spreadsheet, but this is sort of what I tried to take the working notes from last meeting and consolidate them. So if you see your name next to something and it doesn't make sense, please let me know. But we are going to try and really work on request classification. There is a list in this GitHub issue, and we want to finish the work to move that feature along to beta. There's a lot of ongoing discussion right now about the telemetry API. We had thought focusing on tracing might make it simpler. It's not clear that it has, so this might change to be something other than tracing as a start for 1.9. But that is still a P0. I wanted to continue on the work that Peter had been doing for out-of-mesh metadata. workloads. So that's also a P0. And then we had a P0 that carried over from 1.8, which was to document how to deal with metrics expiry for Prometheus. I saw someone on the GitHub issues had asked if they could take on that work. So Peter, I don't know if you've engaged with them, but maybe part of this work could be engaging with them about how to properly build that in.
Oh, I haven't noticed like someone comment on it. I will take a look at that issue.
Okay, yeah, I will. I can try and send. I can look for it too after this meeting. But anyways, that's something you might want to pay attention to. And then the other big item, I think, well, if everything's at P0, is to work on what it means for how we're going to move the WASM extension stuff into beta feature status. So we need a development plan there with some sort of loose schedule. So the goal was to develop that in this release cycle. And then I think, Niraj, this is the one near and dear to your heart about upgrades and support, documentation of how you get around mixer adapters. And this ties in, I think, a little bit to some of that rate limiting discussion that John was raising.
Yeah.
We need to get better at that. There's a question here. I mean, it looked like there had been, and Ed, I know you had commented on the issue about, warnings about Envoy filter. Do we feel like there's a significant amount of work still left to be done and that it's still a P0, or do we feel like maybe this is demotable now to a P1?
P1.
Okay. Okay. There's a lot of multi-cluster work that has sort of come up, including the request that we design a dashboard or design how the dashboards will work with multi-cluster to better allow, or to better show multi-cluster support as first class. And so that is also a P0 that I will be looking at with Nooper.
Does the dashboard work included in this one?
Yes. Yes.
So
yeah.
then, maybe you can, you can add my name here, and maybe add some descriptions about this with the dashboard. Yeah.
Okay. I'll come back and make that.
Yes.
Text. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. And then I think we, in a couple of weeks ago, there was the proposed the RFC that Daniel had brought up and written up, and so I think there is some work between Kwat and Daniel to really help shape that into a full-fledged proposal for what extension distribution looks like and how that'll function. This, I think we need to do more work on it, and I know that my name is next to this, but anyone else that is interested in better transport security and how that impacts telemetry, I'd be happy to have volunteers to help take a look at that and make sure that our working group is involved in the review, at least of the existing designs and work. And then Carolyn is going to continue her work on dashboards. I
think I will get some time to examine the BTS stuff.
Okay, I will.
Because I'm working on, yeah.
Add your name to that. Awesome. So that's sort of what we are planning to propose that we work on in 1.9 to the TOC. Are there any questions or things that people want to talk about, or they feel edits that should be made? Anything like that?
Nope, this looks good.
Okay. Well, that's all that I had on the agenda for today. So unless there are other things that, Mandar, I know you joined a little late. Is there something that you had on your mind that you thought we should talk about, or?
So I just wanted to inform, and there like there hasn't yet been concrete steps on it yet, but very soon there will be. So we want to re-energize the WebAssembly kind of part of the work group. It has been falling behind for a couple of reasons. One of the things is already mentioned here, right? The work item that that had Daniel and Quad's name on it. So there are several people, including Red Hat, that have reached out and said that they would really like to get involved and help move the story along faster. So there is a very high chance that we will either form like a temporary work group that's attached to our current work group, and then start tracking that work. And we would bring this to the TOC probably this Friday, but if not, definitely next Friday. So just be on a lookout for that.
And are you going with a full charter, or is this sort of like a?
No, this is going to be a time bound thing. So it won't be a full charter. It will be like for the next 3 to 6 months. This is what we are going to concentrate on, and that's it. So it's like you can call it like a special interest group inside our work group, or attached to our work group.
Okay. And it sounds like you have enough volunteers. If people are interested, though, should they follow it through this channel or through the TOC? How can they get more information?
Through this channel. So we'll make sure that it is like the notes and everything is recorded and everything is publicized through extensions and telemetry group, and also it should be available in the TOC minutes.
Okay. Awesome. And I see, somewhat related to that, Daniel, you've asked people to make sure they take a look at the Simplified Extensions API RFC. Is there anything more that you want to say about that, or?
Right. No, I just flashed it out a bit. I replied to some questions, and I added, because it's come up repeatedly, I added a section on design ideas, which take it with a grain of salt, because this is not how it's supposed to be implemented. It's just to give you an idea what it could look like. This is the POC that we have in Maestro right now. So I added a diagram basically that shows what the infrastructure looks like in Maestro. So we added a new component. We added this CRD, and you can see how they interact in the doc. So yeah, please take another look. Let me know what you think. There's already been some comments by John, which is good. And I guess we'll follow up on this in the sub work group then.
Great.
Yep, that sounds great.
Okay. There's nothing else on the agenda, so I don't want to just fill people's time. So unless someone has something they urgently think we should talk about, maybe we should just adjourn. Going once, twice. Okay, well, happy December, everyone, and talk to you in a couple of weeks, if not sooner.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.